The other weird thing is when people say they don't think we know anything about Marcus Aurelius, there are like more biographies already of Marcus Aurelius than of, I don't know, like any other ancient philosopher, I guess. There's loads of biographies of Marcus Aurelius. Frank McLinn's is the most famous one. Anthony Burley's is the best one. We even have we've got a 17th century biography of Marcus Aurelius. Like, there's loads of them, weirdly. But it's strange that people don't know all this stuff exists.
Yeah. I was going to say that, have you ever read a biography of Marcus Aurelius and you, on one hand, feel like it's like historical and the person has done their research, but they don't really get Stoicism?
Yeah.
Because there's that's a whole other universe as well, right? Like, so.
Pretty much all of them.
Okay.
Like, I don't know whether it's just something about being a historian. Like, they all seem to have contempt for philosophy or something. Frank McLinn's is the worst in that regard. He just says that he thinks Stoicism is a stupid philosophy, and he doesn't get it at all. I wrote in my biography, the first thing I say is, writing a biography of I quote Frank McLinn at the beginning, and he says this is ridiculous philosophy, blah, blah, and I say this is a caricature of Stoicism, right? And right in the introduction, I say, writing a biography of Marcus Aurelius and dismissing Stoicism would be like writing a biography of St. Augustine and ignoring the role of Christianity in his life. It doesn't make any sense. Like, everything that Marcus Aurelius did was influenced by his belief in Stoicism. It was like a religion to him. It was his philosophy of life. And you absolutely have to understand Stoicism in order to understand who he was and why he did the things he did. And also the people he was interacting with, like, were his most senior advisors were Stoics as well, some of them. So it's absurd, to caricature the philosophy in a biography. But I can't really. I think all of them dismiss the philosophy. So one of the things I was trying to do differently in my biographer for Yale was to not do that, and to you have to make a case for why do we need the seventh biography of Marcus Aurelius or whatever. What's different? And I said, well, the thing is, we need to write one where it properly engages with Stoic philosophy and explains the role that played in his career as emperor. So I tried to do that to some extent, and at least in a kind of abbreviated form. I realized it would have to be a huge book because I'd have to explain the history and explain the philosophy. So it'd be like 1,000 pages long. So we tried to kind of give a condensed version of how these two things interact. There are over 100 references to the Meditations in my biography of Marcus Aurelius, for instance.